Where is everybody? All right. I have no injuries to update you on. We came out pretty clean there. My hat goes off to our fans. What a great job they did. It's a tough place to play, and they truly are the 12th man in there. So we appreciate them a ton. Defensively and offensively, I thought the coordinators just had great game plans, and with the coaches, the assistant coach, I thought they did a nice job likewise. And then there were some good personal things that went on. Pat Mahomes, he had a great day, and then Kelce, it was great to see him rolling 6 catches for 78 yards. Hollywood getting him into the mix, and he did a nice job. Pacheco had a nice day, and all of that because the offensive line played well. And the Heck does a heck of a job with that, no pun intended. And then 6.1 yards per play, which was great. It was a positive. And then special teams, I thought our return game was good. We didn't have but one punt, so. And then we got Bucker a field goal, which was great, man. He did a nice job with that. They drilled it. And all in all, a good night. Now I could keep going here, but it was one of those good nights. So, time's yours. Yeah, Jalen, I thought did a nice job. He just had a baby, too, which was a great thing. So last night or early this morning, however you want to put it. But he stepped in. Josh was gone for personal reasons, so for him to step in was a nice thing, and I thought he did a nice job. And tribute to Andy for rolling those guys during the week and getting that part done. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. When he's back, he's got to take care of that, and we'll see where it goes from there. But we were aware of it. Yeah. Doesn't matter if I. Yeah. Yeah. So penalties are kind of a crazy thing. So it's sometimes they come in waves. So I thought I thought the officials did a nice job, but I thought our guys did a nice job of correcting some of those. With a good conscious effort to put forward there. So, yeah. No, it was a positive, though, really. Yeah. I thought it was the right thing to do, especially when you're playing a team that scores a lot of points. But I just thought it was the right way to go. Those are all subjective decisions. And then I know if you talk to the stats guy, they're going to tell you to go for about every 4th down. And Frazier does a good job of keeping it within reason. So, but listen, it was the right time to do it. Yeah, well, sure. I mean, it helps when we're doing okay. Yeah, that sure does. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've said this, but getting one back was a big thing. Xavier brings a lot of energy, and he can do a lot of things for you. And then he has an attitude there that he brings, and getting Reid back in the building, I also think was a big part. I think they felt that they were whole again, at least by body there. So that was positive, having him back in the building. Yeah, that's what I was saying. He had a nice day, 4 for 45, a couple TDs. He's a good football player. He loves to play. Try to give him the ball in many ways. We had the jet sweep to him, which was good, and down in there in the red zone. So that was a helper. Yeah, actually, the official told me right away what went on. So yeah, but it was weird. So you don't see that very often. It was a different kind of play too. So they're very creative in what they do, and They just, that one didn't get set. So no. Yeah, well, you guys, I mean, it was, the guy came up and hit Juju. For what looked like no reason. They were taking a knee. So, that's tough. I mean, put pretty good damage on Juju's nose. Yeah, well, they deferred, so they gave us an opportunity to get the ball in the second half. We were able to come out and score there, which I thought that was big. Anytime you come out in the second half and move the ball a little bit, I think it helps everybody. And then the first half, it was a good drive. I can't say enough about, the Nagy's, the Blameyers, these guys that put that plan together, man. Connor and the whole group just had some good stuff. Todd Pinkston De Leon, we've added into the mix here, and he gives us a nice perspective from the defensive side. He's kind of gotten into the offensive part of it too, so that helps. Just with putting the game plan together. But I thought it was a thick game. I think he came back in great shape. I think he's been playing well all along. Particularly these last 3 weeks. So he came back in good shape, though. And at his age, that's important. That's a big thing. Yeah. Yeah, you had asked me that before, and I agree with that they've gotten better as we've gone on. The young guys, or in this case, Dalen jumping in and doing his thing. So it's a good group, and they're physical. I think if you could take something away from this game, when they bear down, they can bear down. So that ends up being important. All right, good.
With his fiancée in attendance and the Kansas City Chiefs needing a win to get back to .500, Travis Kelce had his second straight solid performance in Week 6. The veteran tight end, whose age has shown more often in 2024 and 2025, posted a new season high in receiving yards during a Sunday Night Football matchup against the Detroit Lions. More importantly for the Chiefs, Kelce made several key catches that helped set up points against one of the NFC's best defensive units. For a Kansas City team that entered the game at 2-3 and third in the AFC West, a primetime victory was expected to significantly improve its early playoff outlook. It marked only the second time in 6 games this season that Kelce led Kansas City in receiving, something that would not have been surprising a year or two ago but is now notable given his decline in production. With Rashee Rice set to return to the Chiefs next week, Kelce remained Patrick Mahomes' favorite target, leading the team with 7 targets and 6 receptions. Xavier Worthy also saw 4 targets, recording 20 yards and a touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster finished with 57 receiving yards, while Hollywood Brown found the end zone twice. As an added bonus, Kelce also passed Jason Witten on the NFL's all-time list for receiving yards in primetime games. In Kansas City, Missouri, the Detroit Lions had both of their starting safeties available for Sunday night's showdown with the Chiefs on October 12. Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch were active despite missing practice time during the week because of injuries. Joseph did not practice at all due to a knee injury that had bothered him since the Lions' Week 4 win over the Cleveland Browns. Branch was limited on Wednesday and Thursday and did not practice on Friday because of a foot injury. Joseph played through his injury the previous week, while Lions head coach Dan Campbell said he expected Branch to play after the third-year safety showed positive progress. An MRI on his foot Thursday. The Lions are down both starting cornerbacks, with DJ Reid, hamstring, on injured reserve and Terrion Arnold, shoulder, inactive. Backup safety/slot cornerback Avonte Maddox is also inactive with a hamstring injury he suffered midweek. Amik Robertson and Rock Ya-Sin are expected to start at cornerback.